I'm Robert Kessler, here for CELEBUZZ.com, joined with Real Housewife of Atlanta, Cynthia Bailey.
Hello.
And mini Cynthia Bailey, your doll.
Yes, my very own doll.
So tell me about the process of getting a doll of yourself made.
My real inspiration was my little girls that come to my school. Most of my girls that come are ages 5 to 16, and a lot of young girls still play with dolls. I grew up playing with dolls, and I never had one that looked like me or even looked relatable to me, let alone with an afro. And, you know, my doll was not black, and she had blonde hair and blue eyes, and I loved her, but I couldn't relate to her. So I thought this was just another fun way for me to do something positive to empower young girls and say, hey, you know, look at this doll. She's great. You know, she's proud. She's sporting a fro. She's got a big butt. She's got hips. She's like owning it.
Well, in addition to the doll,
Yes.
you're very busy. You've got a book, a TV show, obviously. How do you find time to balance sort of all your projects?
It is a struggle. If I didn't have a 14-year-old teenager and a husband, it would probably be easier. But it is very hard to do it all. And right now, you guys have seen all the ups and downs financially. Of course, ain't nobody got time to have financial problems again, so Peter and I really spend a lot of time working and making sure that we're financially secure. We're just, you know, work. But health is super important. I mean, I just went through my whole thing with my fibroid procedure, and that was life-changing for me. I didn't realize how good, I didn't realize how bad I felt until I started feeling better after having that done. And it's amazing how much you can still do and not even be healthy.
And you're dealing now with your daughter starting dating, and we just sort of saw some of that on the TV show. What is it like having a teenage daughter that's sort of starting to become a woman?
Well, Noah is just such a big part of my life, such a big part of my story. It was, you know, as she gets older, it's hard for me to really tell my story without incorporating her a little bit more. I don't want to make her the focus in any way because it is kind of her life, and she really, you know, I'm sure I can't imagine what it was like at school today. As I put her on blast, her and Arthur, I'm sure they're having a very interesting day today, as all their friends probably saw them giggling on TV last night. But at the same time, I don't want to really make too much of the focus on her because I don't want, you know, my choice to be on this show to take over her privacy.
What else can we look forward to?
I think this season is a lot more unpredictable than it has been before, which I think makes it a lot more interesting. I think people that never really exposed themselves or were exposed are kind of out there a little bit more. You know, for Peter and I, you know, first season we were just a hot mess basically. You know, everything was falling apart. We were trying to get married. The money was messed up. Uptown was failing. You know, we were not happy together as a couple at that time. You guys have gotten an opportunity to see us come full circle, and that's been great. But, you know, Peter and I are always, you know, building. And with building, you know, sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. So we've always been very giving in terms of sharing the good times and the bad times with you guys.
All right, well, thank you so much for talking to us today.
Thank you.